3DS pricing online is absolutely ridiculous. And you're wondering, where did all the cheap consoles go? The first strategy is search new listings on second-hand selling sites. I've seen you do it. You go on a place like eBay, you look at the first page and you're like, I guess I can't afford one of these. But no one notices that the results pushed to the top of the search are actually all sponsored, which costs money for the seller, so naturally they're going to jack up their pricing. So what you want to do is go to the newly listed tab on most of these sites. It's generally a small little box and you'll find generally a lot cheaper listings. Sometimes they may come with extra bits. Another thing I want to quickly point out, you might notice some listings say something like eBay refurbished next to them, and you're probably more steering towards them because, well, they're refurbished. They're going to be a better quality product and they're going to be all nice and clean. They are actually not refurbished at all, and it's actually just all marketing fluff. 9 times out of 10, they don't refurbish anything on those consoles. Strategy number 2, import from places like Japan. I made a video talking about this more in depth. I'll leave a link to that in the description, and also while you're down there, hit that subscribe button. But Japanese consoles are way cheaper than their US and European counterparts. A lot of the time they're also in a lot better condition. Strategy number 3, local game shops / conventions. No, I'm not talking about your chain shops like GameStop or CEX. I'm talking proper independent game shops run by some dude who likes video games. There are solid deals to be had at these places. However, it is also a bit hit and miss. The other option is game conventions. Again, these kind of depend on the seller as well. There are some people at game conventions literally making up prices out of their arse, and then there's some people who are just selling off their collection there. I remember picking up a Nintendo 2DS console for the whopping price of £22. The best way I'd recommend searching for these events is via Facebook groups, as that's where most of these events are advertised. But also be prepared to travel. Strategy number 4, pawn shops / Facebook marketplace. Occasionally, pawn shops may also sell video games, and most of the time they sell them at pretty decent prices. However, not all of them, especially chains like Cash Converters, they pretty much know the value of most things. And of course, the classic old Facebook marketplace, the place where anything and everything gets sold. However, you gotta be ridiculously quick on Facebook marketplace if you want to catch a deal. However, with great bargains also comes great risk on marketplace, as you gotta meet up in person with someone, you gotta arrange all the times, and you gotta hope that you don't get robbed. Number 5, garage sales / estate sales / car boot sales. This is the general term for a place you go to look through someone else's tat in the hopes there might be some treasure at a reasonable price. You can get some of the best deals ever at some of these events. But it also comes with a risk of, well, most of the time the stuff is untested. And it's also a total gamble if you're going to find anything of your interest at these events. It could be a bunch of Nintendo 3DS's, or it could be a bunch of stinky clothes. Strategy number 6, ask family or friends. Make them aware you are looking for this Nintendo 3DS console, because you never know. They might bump into one themselves for a bargain somewhere. Or they might have one sitting around in the closet that they don't know what to do with. Strategy number 7, buy a broken console and fix it. This is the most risky option of them all, as it's going to involve a lot of money and a lot of knowledge. Sometimes online people list consoles in broken condition for generally a cheaper price. And if you're skilled enough to fix the console, there's some money saving opportunities to be made. However, faulty consoles, especially for the 3DS, aren't the cheapest things in the world. And on top of that, the Nintendo 3DS is not an easy console to fix. On top of that, a lot of the parts can be hit or miss in terms of quality when you buy them. But if you get lucky enough and you have the know-how, it can be very rewarding knowing that you fixed something that was going to go in the bin. Now for strategy number 8. Get a job. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you want to know a little bit more about Japanese 3DS, here's this video on screen that teaches you a little bit more about them.